Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So basically this is just all about my hair journey, how I got to this color. I actually did do a few more things to my hair in the recent weeks. That's why the color might be a little bit darker than how it looked in the first video that I filmed. I will leave a link to my last video in the description box, so if you haven't seen it, you can go watch it. And honestly, I didn't have a lot of experience going into dyeing my hair and all that, but I just watched a lot of videos on YouTube and just researched online. I'm just going to be talking about what worked for me, some mistakes that I made that I'm going to try to help you guys avoid, and also what products I used, all that. Let's just go ahead and get started. Naturally, I just have typical straight Asian hair. I had grown out my hair just because I wanted to start off with a clean slate and get my hair to as healthy of a state as possible before I did anything to it. In the past, I've previously bleached and dyed my hair a lot, but I'd always gotten it done at salons. The first thing I ever got done to my hair was ombre, and I kept that for a while before I switched over to balayage. And if you don't know, balayage is like that hair painting technique where they add different shades of highlights to kind of add dimension to your hair, and it looks super cool. I'm going to try to find some old pictures and insert them on the screen somewhere. It's a really good option if you want very low maintenance, because for balayage you don't have to get touch-ups as often. But after all that bleaching and dyeing, my hair just started feeling super damaged. It just felt like straw, super dried out. So I decided to give my hair a break. I went to the store and I just bought some boxes of black hair dye, and I was using it just to color over my previous balayage and have my hair grow out to be its natural black color. So then fast forward to this year, my hair had already grown pretty long and I'd cut off all of my previously colored hair. My hair was soft, it was shiny, pretty much the healthiest it's ever felt. And I decided it was time for a change. I'd already gotten super bored of my natural hair color, and since I had a lot more free time, I decided, why not try and bleach my hair and dye it at home. So that was pretty much my entire hair backstory slash hair history leading up to the point before me bleaching and dyeing my hair at home. So when I decided that I wanted to change up my hair color, the first thing I did is I went on Pinterest and just made a board of hair colors that I really loved. I think it's a really good idea to try and find some good reference pictures, whether it's on Pinterest or Google, so that way you have a pretty clear image of what you want. For me, I wanted something that was kind of in between a dark blonde and a light brown, and I didn't want it to be super warm toned. I wanted it to be more ashy. Also, going into it, I didn't want to go for balayage this time around. I just wanted all my hair to be the same exact shade. That was just some things that I considered before I went ahead and bought the hair dye and the bleach and all that. I watched so many videos and tutorials of people bleaching their hair, dyeing their hair. I just wanted to be as prepared as I could because I spent all that time growing out my hair and just trying to have it be healthy again, and I didn't want to, accidentally mess up, ruin my hair, and have it become super fried or super dead feeling. After I felt like I had done a lot of research online and I felt like I was ready, I went ahead and I ordered some products from Sally. I will leave all the products I use in a list in the description box, so that way you guys can go check it out if you're interested. I'm just going to go in chronological order of all the stuff that I did to my hair, so it's a lot, but I'm going to try to break it down and just keep it as simple and straightforward as I can. So after I bleached my hair to a pale yellowy orange color, I was around a level 6. Usually after you bleach your hair, you want to use a toner. And if you don't know, a toner is pretty much something that you use to cancel out the very brassy pigments that you get in your hair from bleaching it. So it cancels out the reds, oranges, and yellows. Going into it, I didn't realize how important toner is, so I skipped it and I just went straight from bleaching my hair to applying the color. But I definitely think you guys should use a toner before you go in with your actual color. In my mind, I thought that using a very ashy toned hair dye would, work to get rid of the orangey yellow color, but it wasn't enough, and as you guys will see in this video, it took me a lot of extra steps to get to the color that I am now. It would have been like 10 times easier if I had just toned my hair after I bleached it before I went into coloring it. Also, another alternative to toner is you could use one of these Corrector little packet things. This is the Ardell Red Gold Corrector Plus. If you're lazy like me, I think this is a good option because it is pretty much a toner, but you put it in with your hair color, so it's just one step and you don't have to take the extra step to tone your hair. It's just super easy, but make sure you do use something to get rid of the super brassy pigments if you want an ashy hair color, or if you don't want the brassy pigments to show through. Originally, I was debating between Ion and Wella. Those are both very popular brands when it comes to hair dye. I ended up going with Ion, and I'm really happy about it because I feel like the Ion dyes are definitely very good quality. I was honestly really surprised by how healthy my hair felt. My hair still felt very soft, very shiny, and so if you guys are looking for a good hair dye, I definitely recommend checking out Ion. They are also pretty affordable, so yeah, that's just what I went for. So I ended up getting a few different shades, and I started off with the color Light Charcoal, and that was a very ashy toned, kind of grayish color. So I used the Light Charcoal, and then I blow dried my hair, went to bed. The next morning I woke up and I decided I wanted something a little bit darker, and the color that I had at that point was like a very golden blonde, so I wasn't super satisfied with that result. And the next morning I mixed up two different colors from Ion to apply. Ideally, you shouldn't color your hair twice in a row like I did. That was just me being impulsive and super impatient with my hair color. I was lucky because my hair was virgin, unprocessed hair, so it could take it. But really, you shouldn't color your hair right after you just colored it. I was just very fortunate because I had unprocessed hair, and it was very, very healthy. It was just like the best I could get my hair to be. Kind of was like a buffer, so my hair wasn't feeling super damaged after I did all this. So I ended up mixing the medium ash blonde and the light ash blonde, and these are 7A and 8A. The numbers are just telling you what level it is, and the A stands for ash, so it's more ash toned. I picked up the level 7 and 8 because Ion dyes run very dark. If you look at the reviews on the Sally website under the Ion dyes, there are a lot of reviews of people who are upset because the color came out way too dark and they didn't expect it. So I'm telling you guys right now, make sure you get a level or two lighter than you actually want your hair color to be if you are going with Ion dyes. It's just a really difficult process to strip dye from your hair, especially if it is permanent. So yeah, I definitely recommend maybe getting a few different shades and starting from the lightest one. That way you don't end up overdoing it and ending up with super, super dark hair. So this is pretty much how I got the end result of the color in my other video that I showed you guys. I'm going to put a picture or a video on the screen somewhere. And also I did some more stuff to my hair after that video, but I did wait a few weeks because I didn't want to damage my hair too much. I already bleached my hair and colored it twice within 24 hours, which is so bad. And I feel like if I did not have unprocessed hair before, my hair would be like falling out or something. Under indoor lighting or even showing up on camera, my hair looked pretty good. But I noticed that my hair was looking kind of brassy under sunlight. You could see the orangey yellow streaks that were still peeking through a little bit. I just wanted to tone out those pigments a bit more. And of course, if I had toned my hair after I bleached it, I wouldn't have had to do all these steps. So hopefully by you watching this video, you can avoid making that mistake. But anyways, I was just trying to find out how to get rid of some of the brassiness that I could still see in my hair under sunlight. The first thing I tried was using semi-permanent dye, and people mentioned in some YouTube videos that getting a semi-permanent silver dye could help cancel out the brass. So I did try that, and I got the Ion Titanium Color Brilliance dye, and basically you just mix some of the semi-permanent dye and you mix it with some conditioner, and it really did work. The only thing is that it is semi-permanent, so it only lasts like a couple of washes and then it would just like fade out and turn back into my original kind of brassy-ish hair color. So after this faded out, I switched over to using a Demi-permanent hair color. I use the shade Creme, and this is pretty much titanium, but it is in this Demi-permanent form. This has a violet and ash undertone, which is perfect for canceling out orangey colors or just very warm-toned pigments. Demi dye is pretty much just in between semi and permanent dye, so it's less damaging to your hair than permanent because it doesn't have ammonia. Since my hair had already been colored twice, I didn't want to go straight away into a permanent hair color. So I used Demi, and that lasts 12 to 24 washes. I think it is starting to fade a little bit by now, but it really works to tone out your hair, and it helped me get my hair a little bit more ashy in the sunlight. So yeah, that is pretty much the story of how I got my hair to this color. It definitely was a pretty long process, and I learned a lot along the way. Pretty soon I'm going to do a root touch-up because my hair, as you guys can tell, it's like getting very dark. Like my roots are showing a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and film a video for that. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to see that. And I think at some point I will go darker, maybe in the fall, but for now I'm really happy with my hair color and the way it looks. Hopefully this video was helpful, and I will see you guys next week.